Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-diving into a question that has sparked countless debates in comic book shops and online forums for decades. What if Superman, the Man of Steel, could wield Mjolnir, the mighty hammer of Thor? We all know the inscription, "Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." So, the first and most crucial question is Superman worthy? Let's break it down. Worthiness for Mjolnir isn't just about pure physical strength or a clean rap sheet. It's about a warrior's heart, a willingness to sacrifice for the greater good, and an unwavering commitment to protecting the innocent. It's a complex blend of humility, nobility, and courage. Now think about Superman. He's the ultimate Boy Scout, right? Raised by the Kents in Smallville, he was instilled with a deep sense of morality, compassion, and responsibility. His entire life is a testament to self-sacrifice. He constantly puts humanity's safety before his own, holding back his immense power to avoid causing harm and inspiring hope wherever he goes. He's not driven by a desire for power or glory, but by a genuine duty to help. Characters like Captain America, who have lifted the hammer, share this selfless core. So based on his character, his unwavering moral compass, and his history of selfless acts, it's almost certain that Superman would be deemed worthy by Mjolnir. The comics have even flirted with this idea. In the JLA Avengers crossover, Superman briefly wields both Mjolnir and Captain America's shield in a desperate final battle. Though he loses the hammer once the emergency passes, it proves that in a moment of absolute need, the Man of Steel is indeed worthy. So let's assume he can lift it. What happens next? We're talking about combining two of the most powerful forces in comics. Let's start with Superman's existing abilities. We have his Kryptonian physiology under a yellow sun. Super strength, speed, flight, heat vision, invulnerability, and X-ray vision, just to name a few. Now add the power of Thor, granted by Mjolnir. This isn't just a cool-looking hammer. It's a vessel of immense power. First up, weather manipulation. Superman can already create powerful vortexes with his speed or freeze things with his super breath, but Mjolnir takes this to a cosmic level. He could summon intergalactic storms, command lightning with pinpoint accuracy, and create planet-wide gales. Imagine him facing a global threat like a massive meteor shower. He could generate a powerful, targeted electromagnetic field to divert them or simply shatter them with a storm of lightning. His ability to control the environment would be absolute. Next, let's talk about magic. This has always been one of Superman's key vulnerabilities. Characters like Zatanna or Dr. Fate have proven that mystical forces can bypass his near-invulnerability. Mjolnir is a potent magical artifact, steeped in Asgardian magic. Wielding it would grant Superman a powerful defense against the very thing that can hurt him most. Suddenly, magical foes who once posed a serious threat would find their spells fizzling out against the hammer's enchantment. Not only would he be resistant to magic, but he could also wield it. He could use Mjolnir to channel and project powerful mystical energy, opening up a whole new arsenal of attacks. Think of him battling a dark sorcerer like Trigon. Instead of just a physical brawl, it becomes a cataclysmic battle of raw power versus dark magic, with Superman now fighting on even ground. And what about the hammer itself? Mjolnir is forged from Uru, a mystical metal, and is practically indestructible. It can be thrown, and it will always return to his hand, smashing through anything in its path. Imagine Superman, already moving faster than a speeding bullet, throwing Mjolnir. The combined kinetic energy would be astronomical. He could be fighting Doomsday on Earth while simultaneously having Mjolnir disable a satellite in orbit. The strategic possibilities are mind-boggling. He could use it as a defensive tool, spinning it to create an impenetrable shield, or use it to absorb and redirect energy blasts. Think of his fight with Darkseid. Instead of just trying to dodge the Omega beams, he could potentially absorb their energy into Mjolnir and fire it right back. So, how does this affect his power level? Superman is already one of the strongest heroes in the DC universe. With Mjolnir, his power doesn't just double. It multiplies exponentially. The combination of Kryptonian strength and the power of Thor would elevate him to a level of power rarely seen. He'd be a cosmic-tier entity, standing shoulder to shoulder with beings like the Spectre or a fully fed Galactus. He wouldn't just be the protector of Earth. He'd be the guardian of the entire galaxy, if not the universe. The raw physical power of Superman combined with Mjolnir's magical energy projection and weather control would make him an unstoppable force for good. But with great power comes complications. How would this change Superman as a person? Part of Superman's character is his struggle to connect with humanity, to hold back and be a symbol of hope, not fear. Wielding this level of godlike power could further isolate him. Would people still see him as a friendly protector, or as an omnipotent deity servicos he should be feared? This internal conflict would be a huge challenge. He would have to exercise even greater restraint. The temptation to solve all the world's problems, ending wars, famines, and injustice with a single swing of his hammer would be immense. But Superman knows that humanity needs to find its own way. His greatest strength has always been his restraint and his trust in people. Would holding the power of a god test that resolve to its breaking point? And how would the rest of the universe react? His allies in the Justice League might feel a bit redundant. How can Batman's strategy or the Flash's speed truly compare to a being who can control the cosmos? It could create a major imbalance in the team dynamic. And his enemies? Villains like Lex Luthor, who are already driven mad by Superman's alien power, would be pushed communicazione an even greater extreme. Luthor's entire philosophy is that Superman makes humanity weak and complacent. A Superman with Mjolnir would be his worst nightmare realized, proving his point that humanity is utterly insignificant in the face of such power. It would likely drive him to seek even more dangerous, reality-altering weapons to try and even the odds. In the end, Superman with Mjolnir would be a spectacle of unbelievable power. He'd be the ultimate hero, capable of defeating nearly any threat imaginable. But the true story wouldn't just be about the epic battles. It would be about the Man of Steel's struggle to remain the Clark Kent we know and love. It would be a story about whether absolute power can be wielded with absolute humility and restraint. He'd be worthy, no doubt. But the weight of the hammer would be nothing compared to the weight of the responsibility that came with it. What do you guys think? Would this ultimate version of Superman be a good thing? Or would the power be too much for anyone to handle? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next what if scenario. Until next time.